You've probably heard the term MLOps thrown around, right? And let's be honest, it sounds kind of complicated. But what if I told you the secret to understanding it is actually hidden inside your morning cup of coffee? Yeah, stick with me because we're about to demystify this whole thing with a simple story.
So I've got a question for you. What on earth does brewing the perfect cup of coffee have to do with the super complex world of machine learning? Your first thought is probably absolutely nothing, right?
Well, you might want to think again, because by the end of this, you're going to see that a really successful coffee shop and a powerful machine learning system are, believe it or not, basically the same thing.
Okay, so let's bust a huge myth right now. True or false? MLOps is just that final step, deploying a model so people can use it. I mean, that kind of sounds right, doesn't it? That's totally false. And honestly, it's a huge misconception that causes so many projects to fail. See, MLOps isn't just the finish line. It's the entire factory, the whole system that builds the model, gets it out into the world, and then keeps it running perfectly.
So to really get this, let's just forget all the technical jargon for a minute. Instead, let's talk about something way simpler. Let's tell a story about a coffee shop.
Our story starts with this engineering student who is just obsessed with coffee. Her special cold brew is a massive hit with all her friends, and they all keep saying, seriously, you have to sell this. So she does. She takes a leap of faith and sets up this tiny little coffee counter in her neighborhood, and this is where our whole journey begins. At first, things are great. It's pretty easy. But, as you know, success brings its own set of problems. As her little coffee shop gets more and more popular, she starts hitting some serious growing pains. The chaos forces her to get really smart, really fast.
So, first problem, inventory. She's constantly running out of coffee beans, milk, you name it. Literally sprinting to the store every few hours just isn't going to work. The solution? She creates a proper inventory system, buying what she needs in bulk. This right here, this is her very first data pipeline, a reliable, automated supply of the raw materials she needs to run her business.
Okay, next problem. She hires some help, but the customer reviews, they get a little mixed. One day the copy's amazing, the next day it's way too sweet. Turns out her new helper is just winging it. What she needs is consistency. So she creates a recipe book, documenting her exact recipe step by step. In the tech world, we call this version control. It's that single source of truth that everybody has to follow.
All right, so the shop is now a huge local hit, but all this manual work is really holding her back. If she wants to truly scale this thing up, she has to move from just doing things by hand to full-blown automation.
I mean, think about it. Making hundreds of coffees a day completely by hand? It's just not possible. Her solution is to invest in a big, powerful, automated coffee machine. This thing does it all. The grinding, the brewing, the pouring, and it does it perfectly every single time. This machine is her production line. And in our world, this is what we call an ML pipeline. It's a system that automates the whole workflow from beginning to end.
But then, sales start to plateau. Her regulars are getting a little bored. They want new flavors. So she sets up a little R&D lab in the back of the shop where she can test out new recipes. And to keep track of what works and what doesn't, she logs everything. The ingredients, the exact measurements, what customers think. This is a perfect metaphor for experiment tracking, which is a huge part of MLOps where you log every single model you try to find the one that's a real winner.
So she just perfected an amazing new caramel latte. Awesome. But now what? How does she get that new recipe onto the main machine without a slow, risky manual process? Well, she builds a system that automatically pushes her best new recipes from her lab directly to the machine on the front counter. This seamless process from testing to production, that's exactly what we call CI/CD, or continuous integration and continuous deployment.
So now the shop is a well-oiled machine with a bunch of different drinks on the menu. But how does she make sure the quality stays high, day in and day out? She sets up a simple dashboard that monitors customer ratings in real time. If a drink's rating starts to slip, she gets an alert. That's her signal to go back, look at the recipe, and tweak it. This is monitoring and retraining, constantly watching how your model is performing and jumping in to improve it when it starts to fade.
So, let's pull all this together. Let's connect the dots. Every single problem our coffee shop owner faced and solved has a direct parallel in the world of machine learning. And this, right here, this is the aha moment where it's all going to click into place.
Just look at this. Her inventory system? That's data management. The recipe book she wrote down? That's version control. The big automated coffee machine is her ML pipeline. Her experiment logs? That's experiment tracking. The system she built to automatically update recipes is CI/CD, and that customer ratings dashboard is monitoring and retraining. See? Every single piece of her thriving business is a core component of MLOps.
So you see, her success wasn't just about having one fantastic cold brew recipe. It was about building the entire system that could deliver that great coffee consistently and at a massive scale. And that is exactly how it works for machine learning too.
And that, my friends, is MLOps. It's the practice of blending machine learning with data engineering and with DevOps. It's the whole set of practices that allows us to reliably and efficiently build, deploy, and maintain machine learning systems in the real world. So, I want you to remember this. Just like you can't serve hundreds of happy customers with a single tiny coffee pot, you can't turn a brilliant ML model into a real-world product without a solid process. And that process is MLOps.
So no, it's not just about hitting deploy. It's the entire system. It's the engine that runs behind every single successful AI product that you use today. MLOps is what turns a great idea into a great product.